guys. So I'm not going to tell you how to do all of the things for your Tabata. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do high knees, palm side plank, and air squats. So I'll skip the demos for that. So I will tell you about your stretches though. So after you're done with your quick EMOM to warm up, we'll do the 90 and 90 stretch. So for the 90 and 90, we're gonna create two 90-degree angles, front knee, back knee. Square your hips, pressing both knees down into the ground. Start to push your chest forward and then down until you feel a nice stretch from that front leg. I want you to hold there for 30 seconds and then switch sides. From there, we have that shoulder stretch. So you'll need a couch or a chair for this one. You're going to place your forearms on your couch or chair and then bring your knees back far enough so that you can press your head and chest through your shoulders as low as you can until you feel a nice deep stretch there. I want you to hold for 30 seconds and then come out and then repeat that one. So we'll do that one twice. From there you have the windmill. So feet are nice and wide, toes pointed out. You're going to bend from your side and then bring one hand down on the floor if you can and point that toe forward. Other hand comes up, hold for 30 seconds, and then switch sides. You guys can go through that stretch flow as many times as you feel like your body needs to feel warmed up for what we're about to do. Our skill portion today is going to be a bit long, but I think it's going to be a bit fun. So we've got a lot of movements to talk about. So I've created, so we're going to do some kettlebell work today. I've created a complex for you guys to work on your hinging and your overhead positioning. So if you're thinking, oh my God, Jess, I don't have a kettlebell, fear not, I will show you how to do all these movements with a dumbbell at the end too. So let's get into it. The first one that you have, right, this is an 18-minute EMOM of 9 movements. So the first 3 are going to be bilateral, so you're gonna use both hands for this. The kettlebell deadlift, right, you're gonna set the kettlebell in between your feet, lined up the horn with the arches of your feet, right? Chest stays high, back stays straight as we hinge at the hips. Your arms are just ropes here, but you wanna create torque at your shoulders by trying to break the kettlebell in half, all right? So then stand straight up, chest stays high, press the hips and knees back towards the wall behind you, tap and come back up. So that's your deadlift, all right? From there you have the kettlebell clean. So from the floor, you're going to explosively deadlift and pull the kettlebell to your chest. So it'll look like this. Catch right here in that goblet position. Back down. All right. From there, you have the goblet squat, right? So just hold it right here. Hips and knees go out to the side. Sit into your hips and squeeze your butt at the top. Perfect. From there, we'll get into single arm work. So the next 6 minutes will be 3 movements, 3 on the right, or 3 movements, 3 on the right, 3 on the left. So the first is going to be the single arm swing. So for the single arm swing, it's still that explosive movement from the hips, and the arm is still just a rope here. The one thing I want to note is when the kettlebell is between your legs, your palm faces down. When it's up, your thumb points up to the ceiling. So notice that twist. All right, so 10 of those. From there, you have the single arm clean. The starting position for the clean is the floor, so between the legs. It's the same explosive hip movement, except we're gonna catch the kettlebell and receive it in the front rack position. So we're here, back down. All right, front rack position simply means that the kettlebell rests on the bicep and forearm with the knuckles right here under your chin. 10 of those. From there you have the kettlebell snatch. So let's talk about that for a second. I know A lot of us hate the kettlebell snatch because when we receive the kettlebell, it bangs here against the forearm, right? So I'm going to show you a trick that I hope will help you to eliminate or alleviate that. So a lot of us, when we're receiving the kettlebell, we're doing so with a straight arm, and the bell is just kind of banging right here against the arm. I'm not going to demonstrate that because it hurts. So when you receive this kettlebell, it should be with a bent arm, and then you're fully extending the elbow there, right? So if I'm coming from the ground, right, boom. So I know that was kind of fast. I'll show you again. I'm trying to slow it down a little bit, but I'm receiving the kettlebell with a bending at the hips, knees, and my elbow. All right, so we're here, just like you would if it were a dumbbell. I like to receive with my hand open. That also kind of slows down that momentum that the bell has from being picked up so hard off the ground. So you'll have 10 of those. So let's talk about how to do this stuff with a dumbbell now, right? So I've got a 35 here. For your bilateral deadlift, same thing. Set it in between your legs, reach down, pressing your hips and knees back. Remember, this is a little bit lower to the ground. Don't round at your back to pick it up for the first time. You're not going to have to bring it all the way back to the ground again. All right, so we're here. We're going to start about mid-shin. Pop up, squeeze, press the hips and knees back, keep the back straight, chest high, right? So that's your dumbbell deadlift. From there, your dumbbell clean, come back to your starting position, which is about mid-shin, pop up, catch in the front rack position for the dumbbell with both hands. Back down. Make sure that you're using your hips to do this and not your arms. The tendency is to use your arms for this instead. So, goblet squat, easy peasy, right? Boom. Single arm swing. What's important when you're doing this with a dumbbell is to make sure that your shoulder is packed back and down. These are bigger and a little bit harder to maneuver, so when you're swinging, shoulder goes back and down, nice and strong. I'm gonna keep it there, keep it screwed in for the whole swing. All right, come down, throw the hips forward. All right, my arm still just a rope. We know dumbbell cleans, but I'll show you again, right? From the ground into the dumbbell front rack position, using the hips, right? Dumbbell snatch, same thing. We're gonna jump, shrug, pull, and then pop and punch the ceiling. I know, easy, right? All right, here. Okay, so 10 of those. Now, you're gonna go through that whole series twice. Every minute on the minute should take 18 minutes, right? At the end, I challenge you guys to go through the entire complex one time without putting your implement down. It's a little spicy, all right? I'm not gonna lie, but it can be done. I believe in all of you.